Hello again. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. My name is Camille Nicole, and my whole channel is about life experiences, things that I've been through, and things that you may be going through and knowing that your friends may go through them or family members. Definitely click the like button, hit subscribe, and share this video to anyone you may know that is going through a similar situation or just love the video. So just quickly, my channel is, like I said, all about life and life experiences and the things that we go through. I think God has placed it on my heart, and I know God has placed it on my heart for me to just get this knowledge out to help those around me, help those who may need some comfort, who don't know who to turn to, who to talk to. When I was going through my situation, I couldn't find much information about real life situations at all, and so I really want to come on here and just be open and transparent with everyone about so many different things. I will be talking about child custody cases. I'll be talking about beauty, hair, makeup. I'll talk about health care tips and my journey and certain things that may be able to help you or your loved ones. So stay tuned. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the button, the bell, so that you'll always get my videos when I do post. I will be posting daily. A couple videos, if not more, throughout the week. You'll get a video daily, if not maybe 2 videos daily, depending on what the topic is. And I'm going to do things in a series. So first off, the video I posted yesterday was on child custody. And so I'm focusing on this because I get tons of questions every day of what it is. What is the situation when you're splitting up with when you're splitting up with your significant other, and what comes next? What happens to the children? What are different custody orders? I run into conversations all day long. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I've been in the shop for a while, hearing a lot of different scenarios where men and women are pretty much just trying to get an idea of what to do after the separation, after the divorce. Some situations, if you're not even in a relationship with that person, but you have created a child, so what do you do next? So the video yesterday, just a summary. Please go back and watch the video and share it to anyone that you may know going through it. Child custody is basically a term from the courts used to determine where the child will live, whether the child is going to live with mom or whether the child is going to live with dad. And let me say again, I said in a video from yesterday, I am not an attorney of any sort. I am not connected to law in any sort. I do not have any degrees in law. I specifically and only speak through my life experiences and the things that I've learned to research on my own to help me in my situation. So this has, don't take anything like, oh, well, Camille said this and legal aid, Nope. These are my life experiences and testimonial things that I learned and things that I have used to help other women who may be going through the situation, or other men who have come to me. For a season, I had a ton of men calling me. What about this? What is this? What is this? So I'm just going to share the things that I learned in my process, which was a 10-year process. So prayerfully, it is over. But anyway, after 10 years of experience, these are the things that I've learned, and this is what I'm going to share. So that is a disclaimer. I am nothing of legal aid. I am just a person with experience and knowledge. So back to child custody. What is it? It is the term that court gives to determine who the child will live with after a separation or divorce, whether that be with the mom or with the dad, or joint custody, which is described as 50-50 for both parents. 50-50 is beneficial because both parents share equal responsibility instead of it being on one parent or the other. But for some reason, you may have the mom being part of the sole provider. Maybe dad is not in the picture, doesn't want to be in the picture, dad is unfit, or the judge just seems fit that, okay, it's so much going on, we'll leave the child with the mom, or vice versa, and the custody goes to the dad because of the same reasons. Mom doesn't want to be there, mom is unfit, the child may be a certain age and wants to live with dad. So there are so many different things. Throughout several videos, I will be posting videos back to back on these things, topics, breaking them down. The other part is legal custody. Legal custody is, again, like I said from yesterday, the determination, like the processes of who's going to make the decisions for their child, for the child's upbringing, wherever they go to school, their religion, you know, bedtime, things of that sort. For the most part, if you have 50-50, both parents are fit to make those decisions and can make the decisions based on the household the child is in that day. Sometimes there's a situation where whoever the sole physical custodial parent is, they'll also have sole legal custody. And that just means they will determine where the child goes to school, which is usually determined by your address anyway. The district school that is based upon your home. It'll determine whether they grew up Christian or not. Not necessarily true. Mom may be Christian, dad may be Muslim. And eventually the child will make his own decisions. But at dad's house, he's going to get this, and at mom's house, he's going to get one thing. So legal is where the medical, who's going to choose what doctor's office to use, what sports the child is going to play. Now, if one parent has sole legal custody, then you will, you know, at least consider the other parent. But anyway, I will go into more detail with that later. This video today is more so about what is mediation? What is child custody mediation? And how do we use that term? Some people may or may not know what that is. So when you have a separation and it comes to who is the child going to live with, and how are we going to set up visitation rights for whoever the child does not live with, who is going to determine that? If the two parents are not able to get along, then there should be a mediator involved. This mediator could, if there's a blessed situation and you all pretty much get along, you know, a family or friend that's outside and there's something that, you know, you can't agree on, but they may be able to help you, it is good to get that third party involved. They're neutral, they have an unbiased opinion. It really needs to be somebody that's a true neutral person, though. It can't be the mom's best friend and gonna help determine when the dad gets to see the child. Can't be that. So the best option is to go through the court system and to get a mediator when there's high intense arguing and things of that sort going on. If the parents can't resolve the issues on their own, get that neutral person, which is provided by the court. There may be some mediation fees. You know, make sure you check with your state, because again, I'm in North Carolina, so I only know what my state does. You can go to the courthouse, and there will be a mediator either appointed to you. So there's two steps. You would apply or ask the judge, ask the court to set up the custody and visitation rights. If that is done, once they review the paperwork, they will appoint you that mediator. That is the one way if you're going through the court system. You can also just hire a mediator to help your situation out, not necessarily really be involved with the court yet. So once you are appointed that mediator, either by your choice or by court, the two parents will sit down in the room, and basically mediation is two people with a neutral party trying to resolve the issue. And the mediator will be involved almost like the coach of a communication session. So if the levels of the argument are heightened, the mediator has ways to lower the voices of everybody and calm everybody back down so everyone can start thinking in a more beneficial way to get to the issue at hand. So if the parents come to a disagreement and argument, the mediator will say, hey, why don't we take a break? Why don't we take a 10-minute break and let's revisit this conversation? While we're in the mediation session, we are deciding on who the child will live with, what weekends the other parent will see the child, what weekend what vacations the child will take as far as school vacations, teacher work days. There's Christmas, there's summer, there's spring break. During those breaks, where will the child be? How would you share those holidays and school breaks? You'll also discuss the child's religion. You would discuss the doctor there. You would discuss if the child has other siblings, or, you know, if there's siblings that are getting separated through step or half siblings, how would they all be involved? Now, there's a lot to go with this. So in another video, I'm going to break down the different scenarios of custody options, schedule options, visitation options, weekend options, holiday schedules. I'm going to break down all of this so you get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, but just to understand the benefits of having a mediator. The key goal to be going to mediation is for you all to really get to an agreement calmly and with the thought of the child first, so that you don't go to court. Because when you go to court, the judge is going to be the one to tell you who the child will live with, when the other person will see, when the child can do this, when. See how crazy that is? Like, all of a sudden you're like, what's wrong with her speech? Yes, that's how crazy it is in court. The judge now controls your every single move and will tell you when you can see your child and when you can't see your child. So despite what you've been going through in the relationship, it is best to mend those things, put those things aside, and really focus on what is best for my child in this moment. Because whatever he or she did to you in the relationship, it doesn't really matter. Cheating, beating you, whatever. I'm not going to say beating you. Depends, you know, if it's a serious case like that, that's a whole nother video where you may need restraining orders and all of that. We'll get to that. But if it's a basic, oh, we just don't get along and we argue too much and he cheated or she cheated, so I don't want to be with him no more, and they can't see our child anymore because he shouldn't have did me wrong. No, ma'am. No, sir. That is not how it goes. The child will always have a right to see the other parent if they are fit. Now, we're talking for a fit situation. There's no drugs, there's no physical abuse, sexual abuse, anything, any type of abuse going on. We're just talking about parents who just can't get it together in a relationship together. So the goal here in mediation is to say, hey, I'm okay with you keeping Johnny at your house Monday through Friday and let me get him on the weekends. You know, what are y'all's work schedules like? So it's very important that in mediation, you are putting your anger aside, you're putting your hurt aside, you're putting all those emotions, because there's a lot to come with it. You're putting all that aside and say, what will my child like? What will make my child happy in this situation? If I was the child, if this was happening to me, would I want to see both my parents? And how would I want to see both my parents? These are things to think about as you're walking into mediation. So, let me see, I'm kind of getting off because I have so many different videos that I've already wrote content for that I'm kind of pushing a lot in there. But let's see. If the parents are able to come to an agreement, what the mediator will then do is write that agreement up for you, have you all sign it, send it off to the judge, get it signed. They usually get it notarized, and always get it notarized, actually. And once it's signed, then it's in place, and you all can stop all the arguing of, you get him, you get him. Everybody will have their set days, their set times. And the reason why it's important to have it set is because the children need routine. They do better with routine. You're already getting separated. Sometimes it's hard doing transitions from house to house. However, the children then learn, okay, on Thursdays I go see my father. On Fridays I see my mom. On Saturday I split the day half and half. It helps them better prepare and cope and just get used to the fact that you all not even going to be together. So if the parents, like I said, are not able to come up with an agreement, then the mediator has to send it to the judge, and the judge will then write out that order for you. And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be something that you're going to really like. All the time, it's best if the two parents can decide. But if the judge does have to decide, it can go either way. Mom could get the child, dad could get the child. You know, I'm basically just putting that out there. Is that somebody else you do not know, who does not know your child, who does not know anything about you, is going to tell you how to run your household from here on out till that child turns 18. Period. They're not going to listen to your story. They don't really care. They're just like, oh, y'all can get along? All right, well, this is what I'm going to put down here, and this is what you have to follow. And if you do not follow, you can be held contempt in court. That's how that goes. So definitely really work hard to push your emotions and things to the side. You really don't want to go to trial. Mediators do not make decisions about the child nor pick sides. The mediator will not pick sides on mom and dad and say, oh, well, I don't know, I don't think that. Nope. They're basically going to say, hey, the volume here is getting a little too loud. Why don't we take a 10-minute and let's group it back together, and hopefully everybody will calm down and we can come up with an agreement. They're basically there so y'all not throwing blows. You're not yelling and screaming and cussing each other out. They want to keep a calm environment so that you can think with clarity to make sure you're making the right choice for your child. They just keep everything calm. Now, I do want to put out here that when you go to mediation, there is an 89% success rate through mediators. So it's really, really good to go there. I have had success with mediation, and I have not had success with mediation. And I will share some of my story, and I don't share any of my story to put anyone down in any situation. I'm only going to talk about the facts of the scenarios that happen. So all I'm going to say for right now is that in one situation, mediation worked great for us, and we were able to get everything in order with the mediator involved. There's an 89% success rate if you go in there with the right mindset. We were able to push our emotions aside and really focus on what was the best thing for our child. 74% settles on the same day. So mediation could go in from 2 to 6 hours a day. Okay? Now, 6 hours is an extreme case, but that's for those who don't want to pay for multiple sessions if it's a financial thing and they want to go ahead and get things settled right then and there. So you have 74%. I'm just looking at some notes because it's all numbers now. 74% settles on that same day, and 15% may settle shortly after that. So you may say, oh, I don't want to come up with an agreement right now, and then maybe go to another session, see what you all can do. Like, one thing that's big is summer vacation. How is the child going to split it? One parent might want all of June. One parent might want all of July. Or, I'm sorry, if one parent wants June and the other parent doesn't want it that way, like my child is not going to be gone for a whole month of June. First, let's check, my child shouldn't be a terminology. It should be our child. And two, you'll be able to take a break and then come back and determine how else that you could do June. Because there's so many different ways. It's 4 weeks in a month. 2 weeks could be with mom. 2 weeks could be with dad. So that's kind of what would be taking place in mediation. You can spread it over a time. Basically, it depends on how much money you want to spend. When the court is handling your mediation, you got 1 or 2 sessions before they send it to the judge. If you can't, if the parents are not showing the mediator that you all could come to an agreement and respect each other, and they see that, okay, they are trying to do their best to get the best decision and best plan for the child, then they'll send you right to the judge. They don't have time for that. They have so many other cases to worry about. They're not going to say, oh, let's come back 2 days later. Let's come back. They're not doing that. Only if you're paying for it up front. If you're not paying for it up front, then the court pays that. Taxpayers are paying for this. So one, let's really try to get along at the end of the day. So that's it for now for this video. It really gets into a lot of other things. So I will go into a lot of other things. So please stay tuned. I'm going to have a lot more videos on that. And actually, I've said that in the last 3 videos. So catch those 3 videos. You know who I am. You know what I'm doing, what I'm about. And we're going to go from there. That is what is child custody mediation. And I really think it's really, really good. So I may do a video on the benefits of child mediation and go into more depth what you're going to really get out of it. But thank you so much again for tuning in to my channel. Again, I'm Cameo Nicole. I am all about life experiences, beauty, hair, makeup, child situations, child custody, parenting, all of that in one. I've been called Jack of all trades for much of my life, and now I'm going to utilize a lot of the knowledge that I have. So please like this video, subscribe, and share this video. I'm going to try to keep them all less than 25 minutes, which I'm pretty sure I can do, and we'll just have video after video. So stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing those like buttons and subscriptions. Have a great day.